Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Divinely with Wisdom. This is the message for Earth signs for the month of August 2025. The elemental reading, sorry about that. Um, we are 5 days into August, and I know that I'm late. I was late also on the July readings, but again, as I stated in the air signs video, life has been lifing, and I recently had a family member pass away, on top of moving back home, to where I, resided. And so it's been a jam-packed past couple of months. Life is lifing, and, I'm trying to make sense of it all. And so, just bear with me for being late on these readings, okay? But nonetheless, here I am. I will definitely get back more consistent with the posting of readings. More are coming soon, more fun ones. And yeah, just stay tuned, stick around. I'm not going anywhere. Yeah, if you hear any noise in the background, I do apologize for that. But apartment life, you're bound to hear noise. If the AC kicks on, it's kind of loud. I will just try to speak over it. Just bear with me, Can't help it. It's hot here where I am, so, the AC stays on. Okay. And yeah, we will go from there, before, as you are, listening through the video, like, comment, subscribe, leave me a comment. I think I said that already, but yeah, whatever. Just forgive me. It's Mercury retrograde, y'all. But yeah, do all the things. Share out the video if you think, a friend or anyone may enjoy the video and want to hear it, especially if this is, one of their elements. Yeah. And also, listen for all of your all your placements, whatever, those placements may be. Listen to all 4 videos, so that way you can get an overall message for all of your placements, whatever they may be. If you would like to book a personal reading, I am open for those. You just hit me up via email, and we can discuss prices. I do have a price list. But I do not put that information in the description box. You have to email me to get those deets, which I am very affordable. Yeah, I never contact anyone personally for personal readings. You have to contact me. That's how I roll. Yeah, and the decks that I'm using, which I've been using for a minute because other cards are packed away. They're still packed away, but I will be using different decks here soon, as I continue to get situated in my new environment. Well, it's not necessarily new, but you know what I mean. All the decks, or the decks that I'm using, they will be in the description box. Yeah, all the things. So let's get started. First, we're going to go through the tarot, which is on the top row from left to right. And then we're going to go to the oracle cards, which is on the bottom row from left to right. And then we will get to our affirmation card, is what I'm calling them. Because they sorry about that. That was my chair. I did not pass gas. Okay. That is what I'm calling these cards, using these for affirmations, because to me they translate as affirmations that you can say. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get started with the 3 of Wands. So you should be able to see a picture there of the spread for earth signs for this month. And the first thing that we have is the 3 of Wands. And you see a figure standing there with their back to the camera, or the, you know what I mean. And she has or they have a hand on one of the staffs, and then there's two other staffs, wands, but I guess it could be a staff too. But anyway, the three wands or staffs are kind of, or two wands are on either side of her, or they rather, because I don't, I don't want to assume. And yeah, they had their hand on what do you call it, the staff or whatever. Again, y'all, brain freezes and all the things, or brain farts, not freezes, brain farts. This is Mercury retrograde, so just bear with me. I think Mercury retrograde is not over until August 11th, so there will be some minor slip-ups there, here and there. So yeah, I really feel like with the Three of Wands, this is something a lot of you earth signs may be in deep contemplation. You could be trying to figure out what your next moves are going to be. You could be also just observing something, because the figure is sort of looking out towards the water, and you see two boats out there. It doesn't look like any figures are on those boats, I'm sorry, but they are still kind of staring off into the distance, into the water. So yeah, this is like figuring out, what your next moves are, planning out your future, strategizing. This is also a feeling of being on guard, and that message came out in the air sign reading. So if you have any air placements, or maybe you don't, there still may be, some confirmation or messages in that video for you. So go check it out. But anyway, yeah, I feel like this person is kind of standing on guard. It's sort of like you're waiting, but you're observing, and you're just trying to, see what your next move would be, or when would be a good time to make your next move, if that makes sense. So I think, starting out this month, even though we're like 5 days in of August, I feel like this is sort of the theme that may have greeted you as you entered the month of August, earth signs. And yeah, you are about to get into the action portion of what it is you're planning. But for now, as of right now, you are, figuring those plans out, solidifying them, and about to act accordingly. All right, and so then we go to the Lovers. And so with the Lovers, and as it pertains to, this reading here, this could signify a new relationship or a renewed relationship. There could be like a renewed sense of love, or, maybe as a part of the Three of Wands in that planning, maybe you all are, planning your future with someone, or trying to figure out how you want to go about making those plans and making that big step or big move. Could be, new relationship, marriage, whatever the case may be. I don't necessarily get like a divorce, because with the Lovers, this, to me, it always kind of speaks about new love, depending on what cards precede it or, follow it. And you have the moon there. So while I don't get divorced, I do get that maybe, and we haven't gotten to the moon yet, but just, it's coming out now, so I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, because I don't hold anything back. This could be that you all are, there could be a few illusions when it comes to your relationship, and that you need to make sense of. Maybe some, rose-colored glasses going on here, where you need to kind of take that off. Someone needs to, because you do have Jumbi and the Oracle Pal, or the Oracle Row. You have that mask card down there. So yeah, yeah, that just, it's not to spark any fear mongering or anything. Just be on guard. Just be on, make sure you're on your P's and Q's when it comes to, relationships. Don't make sure you're not overlooking anything that gives you pause, anything that gives you red flags, when it comes to relationships, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's continue with the Lovers. Some of you could be planning to shoot your shot too. Maybe you have met someone that you're really digging, and maybe you want to pursue them. So that could also be a thing with the Lovers card there. And so you're planning on how to do that. Planning on how to approach them. You're trying to. You could be trying to learn more about them, what it is that they like, what it is that they're into, and just kind of seeing if, the two of you mesh well together. So, yeah, I love that. I love that card, the Lovers there. And that's represented by Gemini. I mentioned the air sign reading, so maybe you want to go check that air sign reading out. And just now the AC clicked on, so if it's loud, I do apologize, but I will definitely project my voice so that you can hear what I'm saying, okay? But the air stays on because again, it's hot here. So yeah. And so now we go to the Moon card, and like I mentioned before, just make sure that you are not overlooking the illusions. You're not overlooking anything that gives you pause or, makes you feel uneasy when it comes to anything pertaining to love, new relationships, new people coming in. Because even with the Lovers, sometimes I can, and then also with the Three of Wands, the number 3, it's all about, to me, companionship among friends too. So there's a lot of 3s and a lot of 2s here. So the Lovers is 2 people on the Lovers there, but it's also like an angel up in the sky there. So 3 people, 3 wands, 3 people in the Lovers card, 4 figures actually, or no, well, 3 figures in a card with the face on the moon. But there's a figure that has red eyes that's sort of like in the Moon card there, and that sometimes the Moon card for me can and I think a lot of people kind of see, a lot of readers see the card this way. It's like when the Moon comes out with the Lovers, sometimes it can kind of be like a third party situation where someone is kind of out in the shadows there trying to mess up a relationship or wreak havoc. It's kind of like giving homewrecker vibes. So, or someone who's hidden, and maybe one person in the relationship is not being completely truthful about a person that they are seeing. They could be like, hey, I'm only seeing you, but where they're over there still talking to their ex, or still talking to someone that they used to talk to. It can be a number of things. But again, I just caution, because when I see the Lovers and then I see the Moon, it gives me a little bit of reservations, not to fearmonger, not to say that, anything bad is going to happen, or, with your, new relationship or whatever. It's just to say that, just to be on guard, just to be, aware, and make sure that you're not overlooking certain things. If there are certain things that that kind of don't seem right, what I mean, definitely give yourself a moment to be like, hey, this is kind of weird when it comes to your partner. Like, if you notice something about their behavior, or that they are hiding their phones, won't let you look at the phone. They draw up anytime you look at their phone, or they draw up anytime you come around, or you to hurry up and get off the phone. Just little things. Just pay attention. Just pay attention to that. You know what I mean? Just be aware of what's going on, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so moving on. But on the flip side of the moon card, I feel like this is all about our emotions as well. So emotions could be heightened for you this month, especially when it comes to love. The decisions that you're making are very heart focused. Sorry, again, that was my chair. If it likes to do, it's one of those computer chairs, and it likes to drop down suddenly. It's such a weird chair. Anyway, yeah, you're making decisions from the heart, and but I think that when we make decisions from the heart, sometimes we can kind of lead with our heart on our sleeve, and we don't necessarily see. We kind of do away with logic, and that's where the moon can kind of come in, as well as with the illusions and the not wanting to see the shady sides of things, or the issues that we need to see. So yeah, just even though this is heartfelt, some of you could even be pouring your heart out to a person. I just really feel like you just give yourself time. Don't move too fast if you can help it. Don't move too fast. Give yourself a chance and time to get to know a person before you act, if that makes sense. Okay. So yeah. So now we're going to go to the oracle portion. And first we start with Junbi, mask. And for the Three of Wands, I feel like because it aligns with the Three of Wands, but I feel like it also touches on the Lovers and the Moon card of what I said previously about sort of being on guard and seeing what mask people are hiding behind, making sure that those fall away when it comes to allowing people to enter your life, especially when it comes to like romantic relationship or even friendships, getting to know them first before you jump all in, even though your heart may tell you that you want to automatically trust someone. Give it some time. Don't just jump head first into it, or heart first into it, without using your head, if that makes sense. And if this is you, I put down here in my notes here when I was looking at this spread and just kind of divining it. Let go, because I wrote out, let go of false advertising. So, especially when you're meeting someone new, we're all putting our best foot forward, right? We're all putting our best mask on. And it's like, you don't necessarily, even though we do it, sometimes it's just a thing, it's natural, it's natural to want to put your best foot forward when you're meeting someone new. So, with the mask card coming out, this is saying, let go of that false advertising, let go of that false mask. Don't put on airs about who you truly are. Be yourself. You don't have to do all that extra stuff. Just simply be yourself, and the person that is meant for you will come to you. They will, be themselves when, you are yourself, if that makes sense. Like, you don't have to act extra in order to receive the love that you deserve. You know what I mean? You don't have to do that. So let go of that false advertising, let go of those masks, let it fall away. And hopefully the person that you are speaking to, entertaining, whatever the case may be, they will come as their true selves as well. Okay, then we have the card Yamaya Awakening. I feel like with this, how it aligns with the Lovers is that you're awakening to your heart's true desires. You've found someone perhaps that makes your heart sing, and you really want to give it a try. And you're awakening to that. You are opening yourself up to new love, to new friendship. Again, but I feel like you could be a little cautious with it, or you should be, because the Moon card is out there next to the Lovers. So yeah, you're awakening, you're open, but at the same time you still have your reservations, which I think is a good thing. I think when you're first meeting someone, again, like I said, we put our best foot forward. We kind of act a little extra. We're on our best behaviors. We don't necessarily let our true selves show, and especially when it comes to anger is a part of being human. And so when you're getting to know a person, you're not going to see, or at least unless they got some issues, you 9 times out of 10 you won't always see their angry side, or their side that's combative, or not the nicest. You won't see that right away when you're first meeting them. You know what I mean? So sometimes you have to kind of go on a few dates, go through some things together to see what they really are about and how they handle certain things in certain situations. You know what I mean? How do they act when they're angry with you or upset with you? What makes them tick? What causes them anxiety? What causes them, to withdraw? To shut down, that type of thing. So yeah. All right, and then we have Brazen when it comes to, and it aligns with the Moon card. Again, I feel like this is just following the Junbi Mask and the Yamaya Awakening. These all kind of tell a great vivid story to me as far as what Earth signs could be experiencing this month of August. With Brazen, I feel like this is saying like to live out loud, be yourself unapologetically, is one of my favorite things to say. Yeah, like, and if you look at the Moon card, I had to cover them up as well as the Lovers card because they're a little naked. And matter of fact, in the air signs card or air sign reading, one of the oracle cards was naked, and so find that kind of funny. So yeah, definitely air signs may have some air sign placements in their chart, and maybe you should go check that out, or you could be dealing with an air sign, because we do have, again, the Lovers card out there, and so that is for Gemini. So yeah, definitely go check it out. Maybe you could be dealing with Geminis. I don't know. Or fire signs, and the Moon is Cancer. So yeah, maybe you're dealing with Cancer. I don't know. Oh, and we have the affirmation card is about duality. So Gemini, twins. So yeah, you could be definitely in duality. It's also a balance. So Libra. So yeah, definitely go check out the air sign reading. Definitely. Go check it out. Anyway, so with Brazen, and especially with the Moon card, you see the two figures there, sort of, they have masks on. Oh my God, I just noticed that. Oh goodness, and we have mask. Jumi down here, mask. Oh wow. Synchronicities, y'all. I be knowing, and the cars be knowing too. Okay, so yeah. Um, People have masks on. People have masks on. This could be you. This could be the person that you are in a relationship with or want to get in a relationship with. There's a mask. There's something that's hidden here, okay? Something that's hidden that should be addressed. There's some things that need to be addressed and should not be overlooked. Okay? And then, but what I was trying to get at is that these because yeah, that figure in the water there with the red eyes, and it's kind of like in the shadow or hidden kind of, as well as the moon, like the face of the moon is kind of like has its eyes closed and it's kind of looking down, not really paying attention to what's going on. Yeah, whatever is someone is not there's something that I'm really getting strongly that somebody is not paying attention to things that are happening, and you really need to, because you don't. There's some looming for some. I don't want to say for all earth signs, but there's something that you're not seeing that could have the potential to cause damage with that red-eyed figure there in the water. And you have these masks on, and you're having, it's kind of like you're having fun. You're, playing around. You're not, everything is all sunshine and rainbows when it's kind of not. So, yeah. But yeah, we're brazen, and also the moon, which I was trying to get to. But I say whatever comes in my mind and what I feel when I'm looking at the cards, I'm going to say it. I'm not going to hold back. With brazen, this is like, pure, unadulterated fun. With the two figures in the card that have the mask on there. They look kind of like they are just kind of dancing around, or, about to start dancing around. They're just frolicking and just having a ball, and they have no care in the world. And that's also what brazen can represent is, having, just having fun and not leaving your cares to the side. But there's a need to care. You know what I'm saying? There's a need to be aware of what is truly going on. So, yeah, definitely pay attention to what's going on there. Okay? Earth signs, I don't want you all to get caught off guard about something. So definitely pay attention. All right. And so now we're to the affirmation card. And it's called Transcending Duality. It says we are transcending duality and merging into oneness. So to me, this definitely goes back to the Lovers card. And planning to get into a relationship, or, maybe you get married, or whatever the case may be. But, even though you crave that oneness, you crave that connection, just be careful. Just be wary about it. Don't just jump into things, make sure things are fair. In whatever relationship you're getting, make sure it's balanced. And there are no hidden things that you have not tackled or addressed. Yeah. So Earth signs, that's what I get for you for the month of August. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure you watch all the videos for all of your placements. Definitely go check out the air sign reading, though, for sure. If you only look at another one, just because I feel like there could be some messages in there for you, earth signs, because some things were overlapping, messages were overlapping. So yeah, definitely go check it out. Like, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel so you know when I drop new videos, and there are new ones coming soon. All the information will be in the description box, as far as, what decks I'm using, if you want to get a personal reading, all the things. Yeah. So with that being said, I am going to end the video here. See you next month. And hopefully it'll be on time. But yeah, don't hold it against me. Again, I had a lot going on, or I still have a lot going on. I'm trying to get myself together. But if there's one thing I'm going to do is I am going to get these readings out. I may be late sometimes, but they're going to come out, okay? So just stick with me. Stick with your girl, okay? All right. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye, Earth signs.